Hi, first graders. It's good to see you. I wanted to come on here and do a little math video. We're going to have a few of these every week just to work on some of the things that I'm assigning you guys to do in Seesaw. Okay, so today's assignment that I assigned for you is called equivalent equations. So that means when you're coming up with number sentences, they have to equal the same thing to be balanced. And they actually, sometimes we did this last month, and they had little pictures of scales, and we had to come up with two facts that equaled the same thing to make your equations balanced. And equations is just a big fancy name for number sentences. Okay, so we're going to do some practice today with that. But before we start that, just remember this is going to help you. These little math videos that I'm doing with you are like little kind of teaching tools that you can use then to help you with your Seesaw activities. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and so you can see a little whiteboard. We're going to do some practice together. Okay, when we practice this, remember the number one rule you have to remember when coming up with balanced equations is the answers have to be the same on both sides. It doesn't matter if you want to do them both addition facts or if you want to do one addition, one subtraction. I know some of you love showing off your multiplication skills. That's okay too. You could do one multiplication number sentence on this side. You could do an addition number sentence on this side, as long as they both have the same answer. So let's practice a couple here today. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a simple one just so that we understand the concept. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a really simple addition fact. Let's do 3 plus 2. Okay, now I hope everybody knows what 3 plus 2 is. So if you know it right now, you can say it to me right now on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. If you said 5, you were right. Okay, 3 plus 2 equals 5. Okay, now I want you to think for a minute. So put your finger up your head so I know you're thinking. I want you to think for a minute, what's another number sentence that would also equal 5? All right, I can hear some of your ideas maybe coming on in here right now, but I'm thinking 4 plus 1. What about 4 plus 1? Does that make 5? You did thumbs up, you got it. 4 plus 1 also equals 5. Okay, so 4 plus 1 equals 5. Now, you're going to tell me if these are equivalent equations. And if they both equal the same answer, it means they're balanced. They are equivalent, which means the same. Okay, the answer is always going to be the same if they're equivalent. Okay, so I see 3 plus 2 makes 5. 4 plus 1 makes 5. So is my scale balanced? Yep, you bet, it's balanced. We did a good job with that one. Okay, let's try another one here. This time, how about we mix them up a little bit, and let's do one addition and maybe one subtraction. Okay, we got to take it up a little bit because I think you guys can handle a harder one. So I know today is the 13th, right? And if we were in school today, we would be doing Make It Monday with the number 13. Okay, so we're going to make some facts that make 13. So I'm going to think of one right now. I want you thinking of one. It doesn't have to be the same as mine, too, if you've got paper in front of you. And I would love for you to have your math journals out right now because I'm going to have you do some of these things in your math journals today if you want. Okay, so I'm going to think of a fact. I'm going to start with 11. Okay, so I'm going to do 11 plus what equals 13. So if you're thinking right now, you know you knock on that 11, right? 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to add 2 more. 11 plus 2 equals 13. Okay, now I'm going to think of an equivalent equation. Now I did addition on this side, so I'm going to try to do subtraction on this side. It just needs to equal 13. So I know with subtraction, I got to go bigger than 13, right, in order to get my answer to be 13. So let's go up a few more. Let's make it 16. That's a bigger number. So I'm going to say 16, and then I'm going to figure out how many I would have to take away. Now, sometimes the subtraction piece of it can be a little trickier for us. So we have some tools that I sent home with you guys. A couple things you could use. You have your hundreds board, right? You can come up with some really awesome number sentences, especially subtraction facts that equal 13 using your bigger numbers. You could use your 120 board that I sent home in those little zippered pouches that you took home on that last day of school. Or I also sent home a number line with you guys, starting from number 1 all the way to 30. So either way. Now when we subtract, a lot of us like to use our number line. So let's do that today. We're going to start at 16. And I'm going to be going backwards, right? I'm going to be going closer towards my 1. My numbers are going to get smaller because I'm taking away. Okay, 16. Let's see how many we have to take away to get to 13. I'm going to stop when I get to 13. 16, so I'm going to make my hops. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, it says I made 3 hops. So I'm going to take away 3, and I'm going to get to my answer of 13. All right, now you can check my work to make sure, Mrs. Thompson. We never take a mathematician's word for it. We always check their math. So if you want to check my math, you can do that too. But my equation should be equivalent now, right? 11 plus 2 is 13. 16 take away 3 is 13. So are they balanced? Yes. If you said yes, you were right, okay? All right, let's try one more for my super mathematicians that like to make it trickier on us. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it. Okay, now I'm going to keep my 13 as my rule because I just like using that number because it would be Make It Monday if we were in school today. Okay, so I'm gonna come up with 2 more today. So let's see, let's think of another way to make 13. I'm gonna start with number 8 today, okay? So I'm gonna start with 8. And then I want you to tell me right now, I'm gonna make a little pause, and I want you to see if you can figure out what number I'd have to add to it. All right, so let's figure it out together. I know some of you, I always give you a little bit of think time to try to figure it out on your own first. You could use your number line, you could use your fingers. I'm gonna knock on my number, I like to do that. So I'm gonna go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, I've got to add 5 more to it. If you said 5, you were right. 8 plus 5 equals 13. Okay, now, should we make it tricky on us and try to do a takeaway problem on the other side? Okay, let's make a bigger one today. I'm gonna get my 120 board. Even teachers, we use it sometimes, okay? I'm gonna start on the number 100, okay? And I'm gonna take away 13. I'm gonna take away 13 spots, 13 hops, and then I'm gonna get to the number I need to subtract from 100. Okay, so I'm gonna start with 100. How about I write 100 on here first for us so we know where we're starting at. And if you have this in your zippered pocket, this is a great thing for you to be using when we do these math lessons. Okay, 100 takeaway. I'm gonna start at 100. Okay, I'm gonna just pop right up to the 90 because I know if I'm using my 10s or any number on my 120 board, if I go up one whole space, one up, right, I'm taking away 10. I'm not just taking away 1. And I can see that because I can see all these numbers I'm actually subtracting just by moving up that one space on my 100s board. So I'm gonna go 10, and then 11, 12, 13. Ooh, did you land on 87? Because that's what I landed on. Okay, so I'm gonna put 87 here. 100 take away 87 equals 13. And definitely check Mrs. Thompson's math if you're not so sure. All right, so now let's see if we have a balanced equation. Okay, I know 8 plus 5 is 13. 100 take away 87 is 13. If I set those two together, they both equal 13. So is my scale balanced? Yes, it is. We rocked it out today. Now, let's do this. What I would love for you to do if you are working on this at home, and this is completely optional, right? You just sat through and kind of worked with me on some of these number sentences. But if you want to, get your math journal out. Those were in those big envelopes that I sent home with you. Start on a page. You could put 13 at the top if you want, or you can pick another number or whatever. You can make every one of the scales different. As long as the same two number sentences equal the same answer, you will have a balanced scale or have equivalent equations, okay, which just means of the same answers from your number sentences. All right, well, I'm so glad you joined me today. I love and miss you guys. I'm excited to see hopefully everybody on our Google Meets chat tomorrow. I hope you're getting your iPads today, and we will all see each other at 9:30 tomorrow morning. And we're going to do some reading and some writing work tomorrow morning, including some new sight word songs. I'm excited to do that with you guys too. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.